I say, Higgins, couldn't we turn on the lights?
Nonsense. You hear much better in the dark.
But it's a fearful strain listening to all those vowel sounds. I'm quite done up for this morning.
Mr. Higgins, are you there?
What is it, Mrs. Pierce?
A young woman wants to see you, sir.
A young woman? What does she want? Oh, has she an interesting accent?
Oh, something dreadful, sir.
Let's have her up. Show her up, Mrs. Pierce.
Very well, sir. It's for you to say.
This is rather a bit of luck. I'll show you how I make records. We'll set her talking, then I'll take her down in Bell's visible speech, and then in broad rolling, and then we'll get her on the phonograph, so you can turn her on as often as you like with the written transcript before you.
This is the young woman, sir.
This is the girl I jotted down last night. She's no use. I have all the records I want of the Listen Grove lingo. I'm not going to waste another cylinder on it. Be off with you, I don't want you.
Don't you be so saucy. You ain't know where I come for yet. Did you tell him I come in a taxi?
Nonsense, girl. What do you think a gentleman like Mr. Higgins cares what you came in?
Oh, we are proud. He ain't above giving lessons, not him. I heard him say so. Well, I didn't come here to ask for any compliment, and if my money's not good enough, I can go elsewhere.
Good enough for what?
Good enough for you. Now you know, don't you? I've come to have lessons, I have. And to pay for them too, make no mistake.
Well, what do you expect me to say to you?
If you was a gentleman, you might ask me to sit down, I think. Don't I tell you I'm bringing you business?
Pickering, shall we ask this baggage to sit down, or shall we throw her out the window?
I won't be called a baggage when I've offered to pay like any lady.
But what is it you want, my girl?
I want to be a lady in a flower shop instead of selling flowers at the corner of Tottenham Court Road. But they won't take me unless I can talk more genteel. Well, he said he could teach me. Well, here I am, ready to pay, not asking any favour, and he treats me as if I was dirt. I know what lessons cost and I'm ready to pay.
How much?
No, you're talking. I thought you'd come off it when you saw a chance at getting back a bit of what you chucked at me last night. You'd had a drop in, hadn't you?
Sit down.
Oh, you're going to make a compliment of it.
Sit down.
What is your name?
Eliza Doolittle.
Won't you sit down, Miss Doolittle?
You don't mind if I do.
How much do you propose to pay me for these lessons?
Oh, I know what's right. A lady friend of mine gets French lessons for 18 pence an hour from a real French gentleman. Now, you wouldn't have the face to ask a sign for teaching me my own language as you would for French, so I won't give more than a shilling. Take it or leave it.
You know, Pickering, if you consider a shilling not as a simple shilling, but as a percentage of this girl's income, it works out as fully equivalent to 60 or 70 pounds for a millionaire. By George, it's the biggest offer I ever had.
60 pounds? What are you talking about, 60 pounds?
Oh, hold your tongue.
Don't cry, you silly girl. Sit down.
My God,
nobody is going to touch your money.
Yes, well, someone is going to touch you with a broomstick if you don't stop that sniveling. Sit down!
One would think you was my father.
If I decide to teach you, I will be worse than two fathers to you. Here,
What's this for?
to wipe your eyes, to wipe any part of your face that feels moist. Remember, that is your handkerchief, and that is your sleeve. Mistake the one for the other if you wish to become a lady in a shop.
Higgins, I'm interested. What about your boast that you could pass her off as a duchess at the embassy ball? I'll say you're the greatest teacher alive if you could make that good. I'll bet you all the expenses of the experiment you can't do it, and I'll even pay for the lessons.
Oh, you're real good. Thank you, Captain.
It's almost irresistible. She's so deliciously low, so horribly dirty.
Ow, I ain't dirty. I wash my face and hands before I come, I did.
I'll do it! I'll make a duchess of that dragon tail gutter slag. I'll start today. Now, this moment. Mrs. Pierce, take her away between her. Sand the paper if it won't come off any other way. Is there a fire in the kitchen?
Yes.
Take all my clothes off and burn them. Bring up and order some new ones and wrap her up in brown paper till they come.
You're no gentleman, you're not to talk of such things. I'm a good girl, I am, and I know what the likes of you are, I do.
We want none of your slum prudery here, young woman. You have got to learn to behave like a duchess. Take her away, Mrs. Pierce. If she gives you any trouble, wallop her.
I'll call the police, I will.
But I've no place to put her.
Put her in the dustbin.
Come, Higgins, be reasonable.
You must be reasonable, Mr. Higgins, really you must. You can't walk over everybody like this.
I walk over everybody? My dear Mrs. Pierce, my dear Colonel Pickering, I never had the slightest intention of walking over anyone. All I propose is that we should be kind to this poor girl. If I did not express myself clearly, it was only because I did not wish to hurt her sensibilities or yours.
But, sir, you can't take a girl up like that as if you were picking up a pebble on the beach.
Why not?
Why not? But you don't know anything about her. What about her parents? She may be married. Gone.
There you are, as the girl very properly says, gone.
Who'd marry me?
Oh, Eliza, streets will be strewn with the bodies of men shooting themselves for your sake before I'm done with you.
Here, I'm going away. He's off his chump, he is, and anyone who balmy's teaching me.
Oh, indeed, I'm mad, am I? Very well, Mrs. Pierce, you needn't order the new clothes for her. Throw her out.
Stop, Mr. Higgins, I won't allow it. Go home to your parents, girl.
I ain't got no parents.
There you are. She ain't got no parents. What's all the fuss about? She doesn't belong to anyone, and she's of no use to anyone but me. Take her upstairs.
But what's to become of her? Is she to be paid anything? Oh, do be sensible, sir.
What on earth will she want with money? She'll have her food and her clothes. She'll only drink if you give her money.
Oh, you are a brute. It's a lie. Nobody ever saw the sign of liquor on me. Oh, sir, you're a gentleman. Don't let him speak to me like that.
Does it occur to you, Higgins, that the girl has some feelings?
No, I don't think so. Not any feelings that we need bother about. Have you, Eliza?
Mr. Higgins, I must know on what terms the girl is to be here. What's to become of her when you've finished your teaching? You must look ahead a little, sir.
What is to become of her if I leave her in the gutter? Answer me that, Mrs. Pierce.
That's her own business, not yours, Mr. Higgins.
Well then, when I'm done with her, we'll take her back and throw her back into the gutter, and then it will be her own business again. So that's all right.
Oh, you've no feeling, oughtn't you? You don't care for nothing but yourself. Here, I've had enough of this. I'm going.
Eliza, have some chocolates.
How do I know what might be in them? I've heard of girls being jobbed by the like of you.
Pledge of good faith, Eliza. I eat one half. And you eat the other. Think of it, Eliza. Think. You shall live on them. You shall live on boxes of them, barrels of them every day. You will live on chocolates.
I wouldn't have ate it. I'm too ladylike to take it out of my mouth.
Think of it, Eliza. Think of chocolates, taxis, gold and diamonds.
No, I don't want no gold and no diamonds. I'm a good girl, I am.
Excuse me, Higgins, I really must interfere. Mrs. Pierce is quite right. If this girl is to put herself in your hands for 6 months for an experiment in teaching, she must understand thoroughly what she's doing.
Eliza! You are to stay here for 6 months, learning how to speak beautifully like a lady in a florist's shop. If you are good and you do whatever you're told, you shall sleep in a proper bedroom and have lots to eat and money to buy chocolates and take rides in taxis. If you are naughty and idle, you shall sleep in the back kitchen among the black beetles and be walloped by Mrs. Pierce with a broomstick. At the end of 6 months, you shall go to Buckingham Palace in a carriage, beautifully dressed. If the king finds out that you are not a lady, You shall be taken to the Tower of London, where your head shall be cut off as a warning to other presumptuous flower girls. If the king does not find out, you shall have a present of 7 and 6 to start life with as a lady in a florist's shop. If you refuse this offer, you are the most wicked and ungrateful girl, and the angels will weep for you. Now, are you satisfied, Pickering? Could I put it more plainly or fairly, Mrs. Pierce?
Come with me, Eliza.
That's right, Mrs. Pierce. Bundle her off to the bar.
You're a great bully, you are. I won't stay here if I don't like, and I won't let nobody worry me.
Don't answer that, girl.
If I was known I'd let myself in for, I wouldn't have come up here.
In 6 months and 3, if she has a good ear and a quick tongue, I will take her anywhere and pass her off as anything. Yes, I'll make a queen out of that barbarous wretch.
He did. I don't know what to say next. I hope the experiment works, but I'm doubtful about the whole thing.
All right. Do you want to ask me if I'm a man of good character where women are concerned?
It could be a problem if you are not.
Oh, have you ever met a man of good character where women are concerned?
Yes, very frequently.
Well, I haven't. I find that the moment I let a woman make friends with me, she becomes jealous, exacting, suspicious, and a damn nuisance. I find that the moment I let myself make friends with a woman, I become selfish and tyrannical. So, here I am, a confirmed old bachelor, and quite likely to remain so. After all, Pickering, I'm an ordinary man. Who desires nothing more than just the ordinary chance to live exactly as he likes and precisely what he wants. An average man am I, of no eccentric whim, who likes to live his life free of strife, doing whatever he thinks is best for him. Just an ordinary man. But let our woman in your life and your serenities through. She'll redecorate your home from the cellar to the dome and get on to the enthralling fun of overhauling you. Oh, let a woman in your life and you are up against a wall. Make a plan and you will find she has something else in mind, and then rather than do either, you do something else which neither likes at all. You want to talk of Keats or Milton, she only wants to talk out loud. You go to see a play or ballet, and spend it searching for her glamour. Oh, let a woman in your life, and you invite eternal strife. Let them buy their wedding bands for those anxious little hands. I'd be equally as willing for a dentist to be drilling than to ever let a woman in my life. I'm a very gentle man, even-tempered and good-natured, whom you never hear complain, who has the milk of human kindness by the quart every vein, a patient man am I, down to my fingertips. The short, never cold, let insulting remark escape his lips. Just a very gentle man. But let a woman in your life, and patience hasn't got a chance. She will beg you for advice, you'll recline and be precise, and she'll listen very nicely, and go out and do precisely what she wants. You are a man of grace and polish, you stuck on a hush. Now at once you're using language that would make a sailor blush. Hurry, a woman in your life, and you are plunging in a knife. Let the others of my sex tie the knot around their necks. I prefer a new edition of the Spanish Inquisition than to ever let a woman in my life. I'm a quiet living man who prefers to spend his evenings in the silence of his room, who likes an atmosphere as restful as an undiscovered tomb. A pensive man am I, a philosophic joyous, who likes to meditate, contemplate, free from humanity's mad and human noise. Just one little man. But let our woman in your life, and your sabbatical is through. In a line that never ends, come an army of her friends, come the jabber and the chatter and the tell her what the matter is with